when I think about the path to automation, right, I think about the different tool sets that get used in order for a client to really be able to meet their needs or meet their goals. The number one underarching platform that we see that organizations use within their processes are spreadsheets, and we've all focused in on this. This is how we've grown as tax and accounting professionals in our lives, is by the use of spreadsheets. That is a constant now that we can work with. And what that allows us to do is understand what the process is, right? Understanding how you get data, how you aggregate data, how you calculate that data, how you report that data. And with going through those steps, that allows us to say, okay, what is the right tool set to apply? A lot of organizations will first approach, well, how do I tell a better story using an analytic or a visualization tool? Then I start to take a step back and say, well, if I can build that, then how do I understand how I get my data and structure that data in the best way possible and do some calculations, i.e. automation? Now I had to get that data and work with it. How do I apply a robotic solution to it, right, in order to do that for me versus using, sunk labor costs in the terms of an FTE? And then overarching all of this is now the use of AI in specific areas that really takes control of the automation and the RPA usage and combines them in a way that allows you to really move the needle from an automated process standpoint.
Bringing the right use case is going to be key. You talked about process mapping. You want to really draw a line between what you're trying to automate. Is it a data automation problem versus a process automation problem? And that distinction is going to be key for success, because we have heard the horror stories from clients who have gone down the path of trying to automate a bot or trying to automate a process which was not necessarily a challenge for a bot. It was more relating to actually the data manipulation and could have been done at a fraction of cost, right? The second big takeaway I would say is that if you have a good use case and you can automate only 80% of it, go for it, right? Because if the last 20% is tough, most likely it's not even a good use case for a bot, right? And you may need something a little bit more advanced, like AI or machine learning. And the fact that you've been able to automate 80% actually sets you up better for success when you try to bring in and onboard some of these other technologies.
A lot of times we think about how do you build and train these models, but these models change over time. Data drifts and is different. We have different trends within our company and the economy and our our clients and customers, et cetera. So be sure you're thinking up front, how are we going to monitor these models and their performance over time to make sure that they remain accurate, they don't introduce new biases or fairness issues later on, that we maintain any new regulations that come out. So you have to be thinking about that up front. If you do that right out of the gate, you'll be in a lot better position than if you charge off trying to build a model and then later think about some of these really important critical issues.